In this lesson, we're going to have a look at finding the area between a parametric curve and the x-axis. So find the area between a curve and the x-axis is nothing new. You've done that in first year maths. So for any curve, basically what we do, so let's say y equals f of x, to find the area between two limits, let's say those limits are a and b, giving that area there, we would simply integrate the function, the integral of whatever y is equal to, which in this case is f of x, with respect to x between the two limits. Now I'm going to let you into a secret with integrating parametric functions. Nothing changes. We do this as we always have done. So let's give you an example to have a look at. So there's the example there. Find the shaded area enclosed between the curve, the x-axis, specifically above the x-axis, and the two vertical lines given in the question for the following parametrically defined functions. So we've got x equals t squared plus 5 and y equals 6t minus 6, and we want the area between 8 and 10, but above the x-axis. So first of all, let's have a look at what this function looks like. So there's the graph drawn by Desmos, and it wants the area above the x-axis between 8 and 10. Now I'm only doing the area above the x-axis because that's what the question asked. Actually, they could ask you for the area below as well, but we're not doing that simply because it's not what the question asked. So it's this area here that we're trying to find. So first of all, as I said before, there is no change from how we've always calculated area. We're going to do the integral of y dx. So the integral of y, which is 6t minus 6 dx, between the two limits, 8 and 10, just like that there. So the integral of y dx, there we have it, there's y there. Now, much like an integration by substitution, we're left with a problem because we're being asked to integrate t's with respect to x. We can't do that. So let's now try and find a way of making this say dt. But bear in mind, when we do, just like we did in integration by substitution, we need to change the limits to be t limits as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to find dx by dt, which is equal to, in this case, 2t. So that means that dx equals 2t dt. Again, much like integration with substitution, we can now take this dx and replace it with 2t dt. So now it becomes the integral of 6t minus 6 times, instead of dx, 2t dt. And if we change the limits, so we know for the x limit 8 is equal to t squared plus 5. So to find the corresponding t limit, we use this formula there, where we substitute the x in, which means that t squared equals 3, which means that t equals plus or minus root 3. And we'll have to decide which limit t is equal to in a second, whether it's plus root 3 or minus root 3. Let's try it again for the other one though. So we've also got that 10 equals t squared plus 5, which means that t squared equals 5, which means that t equals plus or minus root 5. Now the key here is to look at the y coordinate that each of these t limits give, because we want to use the limits that give a positive y coordinate. The reason is because the question asked us to have positive y coordinates, the area above the x-axis. It could have said below, but it didn't, it said above. So we want the t limits that correspond to the positive y coordinates. So let's do a quick check. So 6 lots of root 3 minus 6 is indeed positive. If we use the minus root 3, clearly that will give a negative coordinate. Indeed it does. So t equals root 3, since we need positive, And for the same reason, t equals root 5 again, since we need positive because the question asks for the area above the x-axis. So we've got two limits there. Right, now, doing the integration. So multiply out the brackets, we get 12t squared minus 12t dt between the two limits, and the upper limit was root 5 and the lower limit was root 3, which is equal to, okay, so integrating that, we get 12t cubed over 3, which is 4t cubed, minus 12t squared over 2, 6t squared, between root 5 and root 3 equals 4 root 5 cubed minus 6 root 5 squared, take 4 root 3 cubed, take 6 of root 3 squared, which is equal to, and root 5 cubed is root 5 times root 5 times root 5, it's 5 root 5, so that there becomes 20 root 5, or root 5, let's check that. Yeah, 20 root 5. 6 root 5 squared is 6 times 5, which is 30. And the reason I'm doing these all separately is because I know if I put it all in the calculator, it'll give me a decimal. If I try to mix the root 5s and root 3s, the calculator is going to give me a decimal back. So 4 times root 3 cubed, that's 4 times 3 root 3, which is 12 root 3, minus 6 times root 3 squared, so take 18, which is equal to, well, we've got 20 root 5, take away 12 root 3, and minus 30, double minus 18, minus 30 plus 18 is minus 12. And there we have it, the area between the curve and the x-axis. So just going through those steps again, what we did the integral of y dx, we changed x limits to t limits, we got rid of the dx, turned it into dt by following the same process like we did in integration by substitution. Then we just did the integral to get the area. So have a go at those yourself. Loads of questions like it. And I will say the main challenge in this question, and questions like it, is choosing the correct integration method. Some of these are made difficult because they'll bring into play integration by parts, integration by substitution, with partial fractions, etc., etc. Rarely will they be that easy, so you might need to go back and practice your different integration techniques before this becomes that accessible. So have a go at the sheet. If you need to refine your integration skills, go back and do that.